completed my engineering in electronics and communication and MBA with HR and operations. And I am heading the build division with the Ecoboard Industries Limited. The topic would be a cement complementary pathway for lower carbon constructions. So in the morning we had a session in Hall 3 about the energy division, wherein we were speaking about the compressed natural gas and compressed biogas from industrial effluent treatment. So that is another second division of our company. But today, right now, the next 15-20 minutes, we will be understanding what Ecoboard Build division is into and how is it going to complement the cement industry or per se India at a bigger level. So why does this discussion matter at all in this particular conference? All cement big stalwarts are there. So when cement is a very critical component for the infrastructure and growth of the nation, and it shapes the landscape for decades together. So but here decarbonization is a pressure which is increasing in this industry, because when it comes to carbon billing or rating, the kind of environmental impact that the stress is going on in the world, we are able to view that. When it comes to our climate changes, it speaks itself. How the Hyderabad was there previously for 15 or 20 years ago and how we are seeing it from my childhood to my adulthood. It has transformed, and how it is going to change for our kids. We are going to witness it. So that is where we are all coming together for such conferences which talks on sustainability and collaboration here. So that is where we come into picture and we play a major role. So I believe cement is indispensable because it is a foundation. It gives strength to the columns, beams, and infrastructure. So it is very critical in all these applications. But we can also come up with an alternates where we can use for the other, where support of strong foundation is not needed, where our product can come into picture. There is where Ecoboard will step in. So how is this? It is not for a structural thing. It is a non-structural material. So where it can be used. If you can see the first image where a person is standing, behind the wall is the wall lining made from our Ecoboard, and the pillar that is catching is also from Ecoboard material itself. The wood pillar that is standing posing with it. Then on to the left side of it, you can see a flooring which is being laid out. It is on our customer site in one of our Reliance warehouses. It is a mezzanine flooring which is being constructed there. So there the board that is being used is Ecoboard again. Now the below down picture that you are seeing is Loomcraft prefab houses. So there they have used the wood that you are seeing in that is all Ecoboard. For the walls, cladding and all, they are using the board material there. So these are something where it is not structural, not load bearing, but then you are replacing it with Ecoboard which is bringing down on your carbon footprint. So now let's understand what is Ecoboard. So Ecoboard is an agrofiber based engineered board. It is designed for non-structural applications, as I said, and it is a cement-like building system. So it is not a structural substitute per se. So when I say it is an agrofiber based engineered board, so what's my raw material here? So when I talk about raw material, I'll have to go back to the crops or the fields. So once the crop is done, that is after 6 months, 8 months, we get a crop. So the crop is harvested, and as what is left out is a dry stack or dry hay that is left out. So when the crop is in its lifetime, it has taken in oxygen and has stored carbon inside. So once its life is over, the carbon is still lying with it, unless it is burnt and it is released. But what Ecoboard does is it makes it into a board. So the carbon inside the hay is captured and replaced as a wood or a proper board of a 8x4 size. So this board, when it is being used for furniture needs, another 30, 40 or 50 years of lifetime, the carbon is captured in it. So that is an upcycling of a product. And now when you are using an Ecoboard in that particular substitute, another 8x4 plywood you are not using. So So you have saved a fully grown tree from being used in that particular application. So that means a tree which takes 10 years of its life to grow, or to take resources of water and keep releasing oxygen, which can live for another 30 years, is saved. So that is where the impact of Ecoboard is felt. So now, how is this carbon advantage? So the agrofibers absorb the carbon dioxide during the growth, and then it is logged for another 30-50 years of the lifetime of the applications that the board has been used for. So it reduces the embody of the carbon buildings. So what are the properties of this? Now this is a fire retardant board. When I tell fire retardant, it can hold fire up to 2 hours and more, depending on its strength and specifications. So when I say it is a fire retardant, it doesn't spread fire on its own just like a plywood or a paper when it is on fire, it spreads. Because it is fibers that we are using here, these fibers fall in terms of ash. So the fire is not spread across the board at once. That is its own property. And it is termite resistant because it has no food left in it. It's already done. So when we are using food, you can have a termite attack to it. So that is another inherent property of its own. And then it is available, and it is a renewable resource. So every 6 months you get a crop and you make it into a wood which is used. So that is on a large scale application. So when we compare it with the carbon dioxide, how much you are using in terms of areas, when you use a brick and plaster, it's coming to 75 to 90. For an AAC block, it's 55 to 65. But when we use a similar Ecoboard, the carbon footprint is reduced to 8 to 12. So that's a huge impact that can have in our applications when we switch over the materials for the needs where the structural strength is not needed. So buildings are experienced per meter square and not per ton. So when the clients demand that the carbon disclosure for built area is made, and it also aligns with green building framework. So all the bodies that right now they are insisting on having a good green footprint or a carbon footprint, zero footprint, that is where Ecoboard plays a vital role on that. So now, what is the technicalities of the performance assurance that you can get from our board? It is a load-bearing board. It can be used for flooring, mezzanine flooring, that is said. Then it is fire resistant, it is moisture resistant, and it is durable and dimensionally stable. So all these points will form it as a very superior product when it is compared to its other products we make from wood. So what are the applications that can go along with the cement? Is the office and control rooms of the cement industry, worker housing and colonies, the board can be used there, commercial and institutional buildings. So this board can, when used at these applications, will have a zero footprint or you getting carbon credits for this. So using our board, Ecoboard, again another advantage is we get it in a pre-laminated format. So if you are looking for a board with a lamination on top of it, it can be cut and used. Because from the factory we get the pre-laminated boards which can be used in the applications for the offices. And dry construction office or wall paneling or wall ceilings, anywhere it can be used, and the site emissions of that particular site, it is reduced. So now, as I have explained what the Ecoboard is, so how it fits into the cement industry as per the ESG that we are seeing. So it is coming up with rural employment. So the crops that we are seeing, that is directly or indirectly benefiting the farmer again, because after the produce, even the hay and the stock is being used. Then it's a rural economy that is being strengthened here, and we are avoiding burning and releasing the carbon into the air just today itself. And we are creating value for that, and again, and in turn saving another tree being cut. So that is how the total strategy can be supported, because the Ecoboard is such a unique product. So we can always collaborate on the opportunities with the cement industry to understand with. So they are the solution providers, and they are green construction partnership. When you can see the cement industry has come together to host such a kind of event, for sustainability along and conduct such a 3-day event, it itself shows their intent to show that they are going down on carbon emissions and increasing the green footprint. So we would definitely appreciate that if Ecoboard can align itself into this kind of environment. So the benefits of agro-based country. Now, what does Ecoboard enable with? Now, India, we have a lot of population, and we are dependent on agri-residue and agricultural resources, because farmer is again a big sector in India. So we are anyways finding a lot of renewable resource which is already available for India. So that is another strength point that we can go ahead with India Ecoboard. Now, this technology will also save forests, like I already explained to you. Then it is also helping in carbon dioxide scrubbing by being a carbon sink. Then this will directly impact the climate reversal change. So, moving forward for our future, we will hope that we are all working towards a better future. So this is just an application of a cold room with the mezzanine floor. The center part that you can see in the image is the Ecoboard being used there, and it is completely a cold room which has been installed in one of the warehouses. Even the walls have been made with the Ecoboard panels. Now this is Karya series from Conclave. Online they are selling this